Good evening. Just want to get you up to speed. You can see the lightning strikes as we take a live look with our airport sky cam at the Roanoke-Blacksburg Regional Airport. Very, very intense storms tonight, and we have a line of severe thunderstorm warnings now. And the main reason why we continue to keep cutting in is because these storms have history now, a long history of producing widespread damaging winds. And I want to focus on one area in particular. Lynchburg, we just had a heck of a storm. We got a lot of wind. We had a lot of lightning involved. But notice this here, this little kidney bean shape just to the south of the city of Lynchburg, ready to come into Seneca and parts of north central Campbell County. This is what you don't want to see in a straight line wind event. You see that bow there. We call that a bow echo. And typically that's where we see our strongest winds. So heads up, if you're watching in Seneca, going to want to make sure you go into the basement. There's not a tornado with this, but these are very, very strong winds. They can certainly knock down trees. They can certainly do some minor roof damage as well, as there's winds possibly over 60. And when you get the bowing like this, could possibly approach 70 miles per hour or more at times. Notice all the orange boxes, really all the way from Richmond, bisecting our area into Campbell County, into parts, again, into southern Lynchburg. Now we're watching those storms begin to move out all the way through, including Rocky Mount as well, Roanoke County, Roanoke City involved in these severe thunderstorm warnings. So again, very, very dangerous storms. But again, the most intense storm, Rustburg, you know what I'm talking about. This one just came over us, and it's this bow here. It's this kidney bean shape that's really just crossed 460 momentarily, and is continuing to push off towards the south and east. So I can't stress enough. Heads up in Seneca. We might end up having some pretty big wind damage out of this. You don't want to see this bow that we have here, this kidney bean shape on the radar. That's a telltale sign to a meteorologist that we have a very, very intense windstorm on the way. And speaking of intense, look at all these lightning strikes. And this is the storm that just came through Roanoke City and Roanoke County, pushing off towards the south and east. So heads up in Manita, a lot of lightning. In the last 10 minutes, 274 strikes alone, just in this little sliver, just in this little red box that includes Boone Mill, Rocky Mount. I'm sure if you look north, you can see all the lightning, as there is a very, very electrified storm. Very heavy rain now in Manita. We're in the clear in Bedford City right now. Southern Bedford County, we're still getting a very, very intense storm with strong gusty winds and a lot of lightning involved. Let me just step out of the way here so you can see the whole screen. There's really no room to stand tonight, as we have severe thunderstorms clear from Washington, D.C., down through Richmond, all the way through now Lynchburg, Roanoke, Blacksburg, continuing to push through most of the New River Valley. With Phil, we have a strong thunderstorm crossing the area, and that really continues into Tazewell County and parts of southern West Virginia as well. So very, very busy night. And again, we have reports of damage. Covington, we have trees on homes in Covington. We have trees on roadways in Botetourt County. And you see that blinking there on our screen just south of Alta Vista, and now to northern Pittsylvania County. We just did a Facebook Live on WSLS 10. We had a lot of questions about, is this going to make it to south side? And now there is a severe thunderstorm warning issued for Pittsylvania County. Don't know the latest time. I'll get that. I'll check that for you right now. But this line is also picking up speed. So now we have the wind generated from this storm by itself, and now we have the forward speed, and that is why we're starting to see this the damage reports start to come in. I'm going to step off the screen here and look to see when this severe thunderstorm warning goes. And we just comb through a lot of reports here. Let's see, I don't see that in the printer. Someone might have taken it out while I was on the screen to put it on the weather desk. But again, heads up in parts of northern Pittsylvania County as well. Going to zoom back out a little bit. A lot of lightning with these. Don't need me to tell you that, but you want to make sure you're staying away from the windows, as again, with the lightning, you can certainly be affected. The lightning can certainly hit the house. That's one thing we saw last night and tonight. In Botetourt County, we had a structure hit to started a fire in Botetourt County with a lightning strike. And so we saw that last night with those storms that got going. Boy, again, look at this. Northern Pittsylvania County, even in Henry County. There's no warnings for us yet in and around Martinsville, Patrick County yet. But it looks like this line of thunderstorms going to survive tonight, even though we don't have the sun. It's a very mature thunderstorm complex, as we call it, and it will continue to roll through as the night goes on. Just want to get you back real quick to this one little cell that we are watching here, and it's maybe little in size in terms of what we're seeing on the radar, but it is a very, very big storm. Note how the line goes, and then all of a sudden you see that little kink in it right around Seneca, just towards north of Seneca. This is on our doorstep. When you see that bow like that, that's when we see the very, very intense winds, even stronger than just what we were seeing before. So we can end up seeing some pretty significant wind damage in and around Seneca. So you want to make sure you're not outside. You want to make sure you're in your safe place. Again, there's the tornado threat very, very low tonight, but a basement's always a good place to be, even in a severe thunderstorm like this when we're talking about very, very intense winds. This looks like it's going to survive. So again, northern Halifax County, heads up for you too. This will be in your neck of the woods in probably about 20 minutes or so as we continue to watch that to go through South Boston. Not in the warning yet, but just heads up, we have all of this mess coming in our direction. I'm going to send things back to regularly scheduled programming. Going to do a quick radar tour, look inside these storms, see where the most intense storms are. We'll likely be doing another cut-in before the 11 o'clock. Of course, if you do have power, we know a lot of places that don't. We're going to be back here with the latest in terms of the weather situation and the news side of this as well, coming up at 11 on WSLS 10.